Welcome to GTR. My name is Mark, and this is the Throwback Thursday edition, where we go through the top-rated board games for a specific year on Board Game Geek and decide if it's a game to remember. And we ask ourselves, hey, would we play this game today? Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't followed us on Instagram yet, feel free to do so. We don't mind. You can go over there and find us at Game to Remember. Today, we're going to look at games from the year 1999. That's right, 1999. As always, all we do is go to Board Game Geek, open up a search, find games published in the year 1999, sort them by their current popularity on the Board Game Geek website, and fire open all the tabs. No pre-information, no pre-research, nothing. I don't even know what any of the top 10 games are. I just open the top 10 and start recording. See what we come up with. So, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's find out. What is number 10? Okay. Zerts. Overall, 650. Abstract, though, that's an interesting number. Number 17, overall. That's good. That's great. It's a two-player game, so two-player only. Okay. 30 minutes to an hour, 9 and up, 2.74 out of 5 on the complexity rating. Now, it's an abstract game, so think of this as something like chess or checkers, where there's no theme at all. It's just pieces on a board, and there's movement and placement rules. And it's generally very puzzly and very thinky. I've never played this. I've heard of this, though. I think there's other versions similar. I mean, this cover looks familiar. Not sure that it's this I've seen or maybe something else, but considering it's number 17 overall for abstract games, I've probably heard of it. In Zerts, the third addition to the GIPF project, players compete to acquire sets of multicolored balls. This is mostly accomplished by jumping one ball over one or more others, checker style, on a hex board. A player's turn consists of either jumping, which can be forced, or placing any color ball on the board and removing an empty space from the edge of the board. In this manner, the play space continually shrinks, giving the endgame an almost claustrophobic feel. Mechanisms, grid movement, map reduction. That's interesting. Can't say I don't really know much about that. Map reduction. I guess that's the claustrophobia. Set collection. Some awards and honors. International Abstract 2 players. Spiel des Jahres SPJ recommended. So clearly, this is a good abstract game. And let's take a look at what it looks like. Okay, these are clearly the piece. Okay, so balls, right? And then they're sitting on here and they move. Okay, so I don't know much about what you have to do, but this guy loves it. He is super pumped that he's forced to play that game. It looks cool. That guy loves it. Too much. Oh, homemade version, burn. Okay. That's kind of neat. So it's an abstract game and can be clearly made with anything. Just I guess you need a couple different colors of things to put around on a board. Neat. Would I play Zerts today? Zerts? Absolutely. I would play almost any abstract strategy game. For sure. So that's number 10, Zerts. Would we play it today? Yeah. Put it on the table. I'll play it. Next up is number 9. Number 9 on the list. I don't know what it is. Let's find out. Torres. Build towers and populate them with your knights to make it big. In the Middle Ages. Ah, look, another SPJ winner. Is that what we have? Winner. SPJ winner in 2000. Cool. Never heard of this one. What do? Taurus is an abstract game of resource management and tactical pawn movement. So another abstract game. Cool. Players are attempting to build up castles and position their knights to score the most points each turn. Players have a limited supply of knights and action cards that allow special actions to be taken. Efficient use of pieces and cards along with a thoughtful awareness of future possibilities is the heart of the game. Torres is considered, or Torres, sorry if I said it wrong. Torres is considered to be by many, to be an informal member of what is referred to as the Mask trilogy. Interesting. Not sure what that is. Okay. Yeah, I wonder if that's the game or yeah. So first thing I think of is that new abstract game Santorini, where there's these multiple layers of places that you can move your pieces. Clearly, this guy knows what he's doing. Same guy. Oh man, these guys are just having a party with Torres. That looks cool. You know what? I like that cover. I don't mind the cover, the art. I mean, it's an SPJ. Listen, there's an SPJ winner in 2000. It's got to have something going for it. And if that's the case, put it on the list. Yeah, I'd play it. Yeah, cool. There's going to be this multi-layer. I would definitely play this. Number 9, Torres or Tors. I would play it today. Absolutely. Number 8, Time's Up. Get your teammates to guess real and fictional people while clues become more limited. Number 25 on the party list. I haven't played this party game. What do? It's a charade. Oh, okay. It's a charades-based party game for teams of 2 or more players, and it's best with teams of 2. Before the game begins, each player looks at several cards featuring famous historical or fictional characters and chooses some of them. Each player cards are shuffled to form a deck, and this deck of famous names is used for each of the game's 3 rounds. Okay. And each of the round, team members take turns trying to get their teammates to guess as many as possible in 30 seconds. Okay. In round 1, almost any kind of clue is allowed. In round 2, no more than 1 word can be used. In round 3, the clue giver can get no words at all and can pass as often as he likes. Okay. I think I probably have played something like this. If it wasn't this, something similar. Okay. I'm going to pass. I'm not going to... Is this a game that I played today? I don't think so. I love party games, but if it's a charades-based party game, I'm not all that interested. Mostly because it's a very specific group of people that I'd want to play those with. So number 8, Time's Up. I'm going to pass. Not going to play this one. But clearly, it's still ranked pretty high on the party list. So, yeah. Number 7, Roads and Boats. Prod your wacky animals into building a manufacturing empire. That sounds interesting. Now, I have not played this game, but I absolutely have seen this around. And I think possibly there's not an expansion, but like a reprint or a redo on this one. You start with a modest collection of donkeys, geese, boards, and stone. Interesting types. With these few materials, players work to develop their civilization. The emphasis in the game is logistical transport as you bring goods to producers to make new goods. But beware, the only thing you own is what is on your transporters, and anyone can use any production facility or pick up any goods left behind. Okay. Just that alone, and just what I'm seeing right here, kind of cool. I think I would play this. I'm not even saying that from like a nostalgic point of view, or like, oh, this is a cool old game. This might be just a cool game, and I think that's maybe why I need to look and see if this is a reprint. Clearly, it's a convention-y game. Clearly, this is weird. Glad lids. Okay, I mean, you're sorting your pieces. I appreciate a good storage solution. Yeah. This is what I would do. Put in a little tackle box. Okay, cool. Roads and boats. The mechanisms are defined as grid movement, line drawing, modular board, network and route building, pick up and deliver. Oh, here it is. For its 20th anniversary, Roads and Boats has an edition that contains the etc. Yeah, that's what I've seen. The and etc. expansion. Roads and Boats 20th anniversary edition. That's what I've seen around. Oh, yeah, so that makes sense. Okay, so I've seen it around recently, in the last year. So the 20. Okay, got it. This is adding up. That's why it looks familiar. So number 7, Roads and Boats. Not only would I play it today, it's probably going to go, if I can find that 20th anniversary dish, it's going to go in the cart, bud. And that's number 7, Roads and Boats. Number 6, Shot and Totten. Okay. The picture here must be, I think that's a new version. Rank overall 367, family 72. Place your kilted clansmen, control stones, expand territory, and foil the rival clan. Now, I believe this is just a card game. I don't think there's anything but cards. Yeah, I was right. Wacky art. No, is that it? Maybe that's it. Yeah. Okay. Listen, I know that. Who designed this? Reiner Knizia. Okay. Yeah, so I think there's another game on the list by him. There's another game by him, Reiner Knizia. Lost Cities, the card game. And I think, I don't know when that came out, but I've played that one and we love it. It's definitely one of our top 10 games. I haven't played Shot and Totten, and I'm kind of confused by this cover. I always seen this, and I thought it was something else. But this is a card game. A hand management set collection card game. I had no idea. This is cool. And I didn't know this came out in 1999. I believe there's a Shot and Totten 2 that's coming out soon. I don't know much about that. What is Shot and Totten? It's 9 boundary stones lie between you and your opponent. In front of each, you build poker-like formations of 3 cards on a side. Whoever plays the higher-ranking formation wins the stone. In a unique twist, you may use your powers of logic to claim a stone even before your opponent has played all 3 of his cards. By demonstrating that the stone is impossible for him to win. Successfully claim 5 stones, or any 3 adjacent stones, you win the game. In 2000, GMT published a re-themed version as Battle Line, which includes 10 extra tactic cards. And then 2004 edition of Shot and Totten has the tactic cards too. I think because for so long I thought this was something different, just from seeing the box. I'm not sure if I would play it. It's probably a great card game. But the fact that I thought it was something different for so long, and the fact that the artwork is straight up ugly. The thing is, I love games that have I love older games. And a lot of people will be like, oh, this game's ugly. And I think it's great. But this isn't that. This is just pure ugly. So I'm going to put this in the category of, if you brought it over, I'd play it with you. But I'm not going to try and buy it. I'm not going to try and play it. I'm not going to go out of my way. So you know what? I'm just going to label it right now. No. I would not play Shot and Totten. Although it feels weird saying that, because, I mean, as Reiner Knizia, I'm redacting my statement. Yes, I would play this. I just wish it looked different. Is that too much to ask? I just wish it looked different. But what are you going to do? So that's number 6, Shot and Totten. Number 5, Chinatown. 362 overall. Strategy, 245 on the strategy list and 65 on the family. 1999 was evidently a good year for games. Chinatown, you negotiate and build the most successful business in all of Chinatown. 60 minutes. 3 to 5. Okay. It's a negotiation game in the truest sense of the word. In it, players acquire ownership of sections of the city blocks, then place tiles representing businesses onto the block sections. At the end of each turn, each tile you've laid gives you some sort of payout, but completed businesses formed of 3 to 6 connected tiles of the same type pay quite a bit better. All these resources are dealt to the players randomly. However, so players must trade to get matching businesses and adjacent locations. This game is number 2 in the Aliyah Big Box series. Also an SPJ recommendation in 1999. Okay. It's in mechanisms found in it are enclosure, income, investment, negotiation, set collection. There's a bag. Okay. Thematically, on point. Good. Okay. I could probably play this. Sure. It doesn't look great. But I would play it. Sure. I would play this game. Why not? There's nothing overly keeping me away from it. I'm not in love with it, but I'd play it. Sure. Put it on the list. Number 5, Chinatown. Number 4, Lost Cities. We were just talking about this. By Reiner Knizia. Set out on expeditions, but will your findings outweigh the cost of each adventure? Is this the original card game? Okay. Yes. So, this would be one of our top games. Two players. Yes, it is a 2-player only game. 30 minutes. No, that's long. It's not gonna take 30 minutes. This is a great game. This is one I can actually speak to because not only have I played it, I play it all the time. This is something you sit down, you have dinner with, or you're having a quick lunch. Bust this out and play it. It's a really quick set collection game. Oh yeah, here. Oh wow. That's old. I guess it came out in 1999. You know what? Interestingly enough, I didn't even realize that. I have no idea what that is. Or that. Oh, maybe this is like the original game. This looks familiar. It's the same premise. And they're lining the cards up the same way. The treasure cards just must look different in the original 1999 German version. Yeah, this is what yeah. That's the one that I know. Cool. Not plead ignorance. Didn't realize it came out in 1999. And didn't realize... I don't know what I didn't realize. That's cool. It's a 2-player card game. With cards ranked from 2 to 10 in 5 different colors and 3 different handshakes. And handshakes will multiply your score. So in a specific row, you have to get at least 20 points, like sum total of the face value cards. Anything above 20 will count toward your score. So if you score 27 in cards in a particular color, then you get 7 points. Now you can have these hand multipliers or these handshakes, and that'll either multiply by 2, by 3, or by 4, depending on how many you get. And so if you get 7 points and you get 2 handshakes, you can multiply that by 3. And so that's 7, that's 14, that's 21? Maybe? Yeah, 21. And so you might not get like too many points, like 27, 26, 25. You only get 5 points. But if you get those handshakes, you can really increase your points. Cool. Yeah, would I play this? Of course. I still play it. I just played it the other day. This is a wonderful game. And I would recommend, if you're listening to this and you're looking for a 2-player card game, get this one. It's fantastic. That's number 4, Lost Cities. Number 3, To Call. Explore the jungle and dig up monuments and treasures to edge out your competition. 2 to 4 players, hour and a half. 2.8 on the complexity rating. I don't know anything about this one. It's a game of exploration within the Central American jungles in search of lost temples and the treasures within. Players send their team of explorers into the jungle, exposing more and more of the terrain. Along the way, you'll find temples that require further uncovering and treasures. Players attempt to score points for occupying temples and holding onto treasure. Mechanisms, action points, area majority influence, action building, grid movement, hexagon grid. Map addition, modular set tile. Okay. That's clearly a pumpkin, not the game. How does it look? That looks... I don't know how I feel about that yet. Let's see if there's any other games. This is one that's going to be hard to probably judge on its looks, and nor is that fair, but... Chippies. I think... just initial impressions. They're having a party out in the woods, and I wish I was there. Rio, Ravensburg. I love these pictures. I love these pictures on Board Game Geek. Because you look at the board, that's one thing. But you can find out a whole lot of information about the game based on who you can see it playing at conventions. Sure, put it on the list. Why not? It won the Spiel des Jahres in 99. 99 produced a number of good games. So here's the thing. It's got a weight of 2.8 on the complexity scale. The fact that it won the SPJ, though, would lead me to believe that it's not going to be that complicated. That's the whole premise. Like, if you win that award, it's like, it's a pretty approachable game by any gamer or non-gamer alike to come in and just play. So that's cool. Add it on the list. Number 3, To Call. Number 2, Raw. Another Reiner Knizia game published in 1999. That's 3 for the list. You bid to acquire the most valuable sets of Egyptian artifacts and resources. I'm probably going to say right now that, yeah, put it on the list. I'd play this. Raw is an auction and set collection game, which both of those I'm into, with an ancient Egyptian theme. Each turn, players are able to purchase lots of tiles with their bidding tiles. Suns. Once a player has used up his or her suns, the other players continue until they do likewise, which may set up a situation with a single uncontested player bidding on the tile before the end of the round occurs. Tension builds. Yes. The game offers a short learning curve, and experienced players find them both fast-moving and a quick play. Yeah, I know. I've never played this, but I know that this is one of those kind of, it's Reiner Knizia from the late 90s. It doesn't look like anything I would want to put on my shelf or my board. Look at that. It's literally terrible, but it's probably great. And that's fine. I don't look at games strictly for the aesthetic appeal of them. It helps, and it can also hinder. This one looks terrible, but it's probably great. And this is strictly based on kind of the lineage or the dynasty of it and the designer. And I've seen this all over the place. So that's Raw, number 2. And finally, guys, number 1. From the year 1999, Paths of Glory. Wow, it's ranked 153 overall on Board Game Geek, which is no small feat, and number 3 on the war game list. What am I saying? Paths of Glory step into the shoes of rulers and generals who triumphed or failed in the Great War. 480 minutes pass. Ages 14 and up, 3.84 out of 5. I've said this in the previous videos. I mean, reading this is almost pointless. It's a war game. And I think most of the war games have similarities. Okay, this guy has framed it. That looks cool. I'm not going to deny that. Yeah, this is a classic old school war game. I have no authority or position to rank or judge a war game, because I know that it has its own subsect of the board game industry that I know nothing about and don't have any interest in knowing about. And the thing is, it's a war game, and war games are not generally these war. If a war game looks like this, it is not marketed towards the masses. It is marketed towards war game players. And I don't know any of them, and I'm not one of them. So this game is probably great. It's probably it's some sort of legacy, or I would imagine it's going to be definitely played today for sure by people. It's number 3 on the war game list. So for me, though, the point of this show, am I going to play it? Not at all. Not at all. If you bring this over, we're not going to play it. But I'm sure it's great. Good for it. Well, buds, that's it for today. Thanks for listening to the end if you did. It's been a blast. If you've played any of these games, be sure and let us know in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you on the next one.